In the film Heartland, screening at the Austin Film Festival, a granddaughter tries to find a way to keep her grandfather close and his memory alive before he dies. Her actions may have the opposite effect. Director Jahmil Eady joins us this morning to talk about it. Thanks so much for being with us.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Congratulations on this film, which is getting so much praise at so many different other festivals and events before it made it to Austin. So I know you've got to be so excited about the project. But as you talk about the film, this is a story you came up with that had some very direct ties to your own life.
Yes. I actually started to write this film while I was saying goodbye to my grandfather when he was in hospice. It was a really tough time, but I remembered this. I had this memory of him sort of yelling at me because once I found out that he had lung cancer, I would always take my camera down and I always have my phone with me and try to interview him. And I think he just eventually got sick and tired of it. He was born in 1939, so he eventually, told me like, put that thing away, leave me alone, and I had that memory while I was in the room with him and I was watching him fade away. And it sort of made me laugh at the time, because I thought, my grandfather, he's such a crotchety old man, and so, when I started writing it in the room with him, it was the first film that I made once I got to UCLA Film School.
It's such a cool, it's just a good personal story we can all relate to that you get to tell. But the role that technology plays is such an important part of it, because there absolutely is a case to be made that it's so wonderful that we have this technology, that we can document these moments so that we have them forever.
Absolutely.
And yet there's certainly his argument to be made like, hey, why don't we just put the camera down and live a little bit too? It's that tension.
Absolutely. I think, it's all about balance, and it's all about what your goals are, and the grandfather isn't wrong, and the young woman isn't wrong. It's just different, and so some of us, we wonder, is it better to have this memory that we can capture and take with us forever, or is it better for us to just be in the moment and hopefully keep it within our souls forever? But our memories are fallible. I can't remember what I ate for dinner last night. So, even the most important things get a little bit fuzzy over time. And I totally understand why we would want to find a way to sort of to keep those memories alive and archive them,
Absolutely. Of course, you're in the middle of a great moment right now, I would imagine, with this movie. Again, so many film festivals and so many awards. What's the process been like for a young emerging filmmaker in the first place to do this within the last year and a half in the pandemic, and then also just sort of the new ways of making movies, the new avenues that might be available for filmmakers?
I've been very lucky to be able to do this project. I had amazing cast and crew. One of the best things about going to film school is that we all crew for one another and we help each other out. But I think with COVID, there is a sense of just being a little bit more careful, of course, and being safer. And there are protocols in place for filming in a safer way. But we're artists, we're creators, we're passionate, so we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure that we can make the art that we want to make. So for anybody else out there who wants to create films, just be safe, but find your crew, find your people who are going to help you out, and go for it. I believe that there's no better time than now for us to be able to create, because we have all these amazing streaming services. We have YouTube, we have Vimeo, and we have opportunities to make new content. There is a need for new content. So go for it.
Yeah. Put the camera down once in a while, but then go for it. The message of your film.
Absolutely.
Your grandfather
Right. Look, it's about the balance.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me.
Heartland, once again, I want to say on Thursday at 4 out on Riverside. Heartland is part of the Austin Film Festival. Jahmil Eady, thank you so much. Continued success with the film. We appreciate it.